Alright, welcome to an 8-4 SOM Scars of Mirrodin draft. Here the pick is going to be between Scrap Melter and Volition Reins. I think normally it's Scrap Melter, probably by a wide enough margin too. Red's generally better than blue in the set, although blue, I mean, blue is underdrafted, and there's a possibility Lumen Grid Drake wheels, but I still think I'm gonna have to go with the Scrap Melter here. If it was something slightly worse than Scrap Melter, I'll go with the Reins. I might wheel that red Spell Bomb. Not much going on here. There's an Acid Web Spider. There's a few nice green guys. Molder Beast, Acid Web Spider, Bellowing Tangle, Worm. All 5 mana green guys. Nurok Replica is probably the other option. So it's either Green Fatty or the Replica. I like Molder Beast quite a bit. But I feel like one of Molder Beast Tangle is going to wheel here. The Acid Web Spider is probably the best of the 3 in general. Although it's a pretty weak pack, so none may wheel. Maybe I just take the Nurok Replica. Keeps him the most open. It's playable even outside. I'm going to go for the Acid Web Spider, though. I think it's just the strongest card. It's not the most exciting of packs. We've got... what do we have here? We've got some sort of weaker end of the spectrum colored Metalcraft cards. Of these, the Forger is on color, at least, and the most, well, Forger and Vampires are both fine without Metalcraft, if unexciting. I just don't see anything else here, so I'm just going to go with the Forger, which is on color if I'm going to play the Acid Web Spider. You can also take the Cliffs here. I guess there's an argument for that. Keep you open for a splash, like I can play black-green splash the Scrap Melter, for example. Not much going on other than the Iron Mirror and a bunch. There's Barrage Ogre, but I'm not. Without any artifacts yet, especially. I'm not going to take a Barrage Ogre. I think it's more important to get this likely to be on color mirror. So here, Silver Mirror, Liquid Metal Coating is okay. Might be a little early to take one. I mean, it helps guys like Carapace Forger, and it's fine with Scrap Melter. It's actually quite. I think it's quite good in red-green, in general, actually, because you get the Molder guy there, and you get generally a lot of artifact removal in red-green. So maybe it's a bit of a speculative pick over a Silver Mirror, but I don't like to play that many mirrors. Like, I already have one that's on color, and I'm not a big fan of playing even 3 is sometimes too many. So I'll take the Liquid Metal Coating. It also goes well with cards like Defiance that you can get, which I'm probably going to take here over, I guess, Exoskeleton. There's a Wall of Tanglecore too, worth thinking about. Depends on how Metalcrafty I want my deck to get. Red-green isn't all that rewarding for Metalcraft. You do get the Forgers, but that's about it. I'm gonna take the Defiance. Not much here. Yeah, I can take the Helion. I think that's what I'm gonna do over a Wing Puncture. I should end up with a Wing Puncture for the sideboard. It's not all that great of a sideboard card either. I'll take the Helion, even though in red-green you're probably gonna end up with enough fatties like Tyrannix. Although here I'd probably take the Rustic. I guess Tower of Calamity is an option too, but I'll take the Rustic. In red-green you can usually set yourself up for the late game without something like Tower of Calamities. Not much I want here. I don't need another Helion. Maybe I take Azuri Archers, which is sometimes good against Infect. Out of the sideboard. Okay, so the Molder Beast did wheel, which was the hope, and that's actually probably better than the other guy. For his name, but yeah, probably better than the other guy in red-green. It's really good with the green replica. I'll take the Trigon Infestation. I'm not too excited about running that main deck, but I could see some against Infect. It's actually okay, depending on what their creature base is. If they have the 1/1 flyers, it's not so good. But if they have regenerators, then it's fine. I'll take Soul Power here. Probably should take the on-color cards and let someone in white get the signal that white's open. I've seen this card played now a lot more than it used to. I think people, I don't know if it's actually had success, but there might be a Screeching, or whatever it's called, Screeching Sleeclaw deck archetype. So there's a Sylvok replica, which is nice. There's also a nice equipment, Livewire Lash. I really like Livewire Lash, especially when you can like target your own guy with cantrips, like even though it unequips the equipment. But Sylvok replica is really good in this archetype. So if I'm going to be running Liquid Metal Coating, Molder Beast, is the equipment too good here? I think it might be. It's definitely a close one. Alright, I'm gonna go with the Sylvok replica. You can let me know if you think that was dumb. But I think it just fits the archetype a bit more. I'm gonna be playing some bigger guys that don't necessarily need the equipment's help. So here there's a few options. There's Sentinel, Chrome Steed, Trigon of Corruption, or Carapace Forger. Forger's probably wheeling here, so I'll eliminate that just based on that. Even though, and I think Chrome Steed is what I would take over the Forger. If I'm gonna want Metalcraft, then let's take the guy that also helps it. Trigon of Corruption is okay. I'm not gonna take the Sentinel. I think I'm gonna have enough 6-drops. Anyways, let's take the Chrome Seed. It's a little bit, also a little speculative because I don't know if I'm going to get there in artifact counts in red-green. Mirror Reservoir. I only have one mirror. I also not necessarily playing red, am I? I mean, Helion, what do I have in red? It's a Scrap Melter. Because I'm just saying this because I see a Grasp of Darkness here, which is the best card in the pack. And otherwise I'm taking what? Mirror Reservoir? So I think I'll take the Grasp of Darkness. If I end up not playing black, so be it. Not much else I want here. I think the easy pick is Slice and Twain. And Turn to Slag is good too, but again, I don't know if I'll play red. And Liquid Metal Coating looks like it's going to be in the deck, so yeah. This can deal with those big guys just as well as Turn to Slag can if you have a Liquid Metal Coating in play. I've actually played a red-green deck, assuming I'm staying in red-green. I might be black-green, where Viridian Revel is actually good, especially with the liquid metal coating. Although that being said, this might even wheel even with only 11 cards in the pack. So I'm going to take the Instill Infection in case I end up playing black. I think it's better than Heavy Arbalist is going to be in this deck. There's a Life Staff. I don't know if I want to go too heavy on the Instill Infections. There's also a Flesh Allergy, but I don't know how many. Like so far, I don't have too many creatures I want to really sacrifice, even though it does deal with everything. And so I think I'm going to take the Silvok Life Stack, and also that throws me down the black, so I'm still open to red. I can also play green, black, splash red for the Scrap Melter. Scrap Melter is definitely worth splashing. I'd like to pick up some green Spell Bombs for that, though. I'm going to take the Life Staff here. I don't really want another colored Metalcraft guy. I want to still be open to playing Metalcraft, or like something like Chrome Seed. I actually like this card. I mean, it is a little. It does take a lot of mana for it to be good. Like, I think minimum 7 mana. Really 8 mana. 8 mana, you're probably. I mean, 8 mana, you play this, you're probably winning, and as 8 mana should do. But it also takes the right kind of spells in your deck. Like, you want your spells to be permanents, not. You don't want to have a bunch of instants and sorceries, which are gonna fizzle it to some extent. I'm still gonna take it because I think this is a pretty empty pack for me. I guess Clone Shell is the best guy here. His Untamed Might, I don't know if that really fits what's in this deck so far. I suppose it's nice on a trampling guy, but the Molder Beast tends to be pretty huge already. I'll take the Clone Shell. I don't really have much to Clone Shell into, but that might change. So here will be another Instill Infection. I don't think Withstand Death is really playable outside of Infect. Especially when you play against an Infect deck, it's pretty pitiful. Well, there's plenty of Infect cards coming around. 3 in this pack, and all of them are relatively early picks if you're, well, I guess Contagious Name is not that early, but the 2-drops are important, and Fallen is pretty awesome. I think Fallen can be playable outside of, like, against Metalcraft, even just as a blocker, so I'll take that. I don't think I'm going to be running it, but I guess Harvester is playable. That's a late turn to Slag. I was going to just snap up the Tyrannex here, but I'm going to take the turn to Slag in case I play red. Like, that shouldn't still be in the pack, should it? I don't think any of these packs were ridiculously strong either. This isn't the same pack as the Slice and Twain. I don't remember how deep that pack was. It definitely wasn't that deep for me.